procedure against Colorado.
So that'll move the ball back to the BYU 49-yard line. It'll be first down and 10. CU at the 49. Anesi brings them out, and again they're back to the I formation, this time with a pair of tight ends. They've gone away from the I bone. Anesi under center, puts it in the fullback stomach, pulls it out, breaks over the 45, drags a tackler down to the 41, where Troy Long finally holds on long enough. It'll be a gain of 4, bring up second down and 6. Sal Anesi, the quarterback out of California, recruited to run the triple option. Anesi, 1,401 yards of total offense this year, most of that
through the air.
Yeah, and that's a surprise too. Anesi again in the I formation, receivers right and left, and he'll drop to throw on 2nd and 8, and it's thrown over the middle and incomplete to Eric Bieniemy out of the backfield, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 8.
Well, you saw Bieniemy yelling at the officials saying, hey, get out of my way, you almost knocked the ball.
3:47 to go, first quarter. 3rd down and a long 8 for CU. Anesi with the long snap count, and he'll pitch wide to Bieniemy. He breaks over the 40 and gets close to the 35-yard line. He'll come up about 2 yards short of a first down, and it'll bring up 4th down and 2 as Bob Davis, the middle linebacker, made the stop for the Cougars.
Bob Davis, maybe the best defensive player that BYU has. They really think a lot of him. He's a good inside guy, got pretty good speed, as you saw right there. He got to the outside to stop the enemy.
No punt here. It looks like Bill McCartney will go for it, Jim.
They say, let's go.
4th down and a long 2 yards. Make it 2.5. 36-yard line of BYU. They'll run the triple option. Anesi can pitch it. He won't, and he's short. It'll depend upon the spot, but Jim, it looks like he was about a half yard short.
Well, he knew exactly how far he had to get to. I agree with you, Mike. I think he's going to end up short. Sure it is. He's going up a whole yard short. We're going to see some good defense by BYU. The option, a little ride to the fullback. You see Troy Long, number 21, kind of playing in the middle, coming back to make the tackle. Soon as Anesi made the decision, good reaction back by Long.
Now, Jim, what does this do to CU's defense? I mean, they've scored on them. Now they couldn't make it on 4th and 3. I mean, this could turn the momentum.
And you know, the first series that BYU had the football, they moved it well on this Colorado defense. So I would think that BYU right now is hey, this ball game could be ours. Let's go for it.
2:58 remaining, first quarter. Score tied at 7. And the BYU Cougars have just stopped the Colorado Buffaloes on 4th and 3, and will take over first down and 10 at their own 35-yard line. The question was, would Sean Covey stay at quarterback, or would they go to freshman Ty Detmer? But so far, Covey has been excellent for the Cougars.
Well, if they're continuing to run the football as they have, I don't think it'll matter.
2 wide receivers, top and bottom, and the lone running back. And Covey goes on first down and hands off to Mike Solito, the fullback, and he bowls his way up over the 40-yard line and make that Fred Whittingham 33, not 22. And Whittingham gets 6 yards. It'll bring up second down and 6. Michael Jones made the stop. 2nd and 4, 2:41 to go. First quarter, score tied at 7.
Good leg drive by Whittingham. You saw him go into the pile, and the pile just keep moving back about 3 more yards.
2nd down 4. 2 setbacks this time. Covey with the long count and draws CU offside. And Covey will just dive forward. The penalty marker's all over as the nose tackle Tom Reinhardt tried to get the jump on the snap, and it'll cost him 5 yards.
Well, their center, Phil Nawawi,
defense
has done that very often throughout this course of this season. He sees anybody go over the neutral zone, he automatically snaps it. It's an easy, quick first 5 yards and a first down.
So the 5-yard penalty will move it up to the 47-yard line of the Cougars. And with the penalty, they'll have a first down and 10. Score tied at 7, 2:10 to go, first quarter. Brigham Young, just one 15-yard penalty for the face mask, and Colorado been penalized 4 times for 40 yards. First and 10 inside 2 minutes in the first quarter. BYU with 2 setbacks, 2 wide receivers. And Covey will run the draw play to Whittingham. Over the 50, 45, and he's drilled at the 42-yard line by Bruce Young. 12 yards on the draw play.
Watch this run right at the end. He's going for the first down right now. Good blocking once again up front. Watch him in the air. Whittingham, whirling dervish. Woo.
Hit high by James and low by Young, and probably gained 4 yards in midair.
Well, I'll tell you though, Mike, it was a great trap block by Busenbark there to open up that hole.
First and 10 at the Colorado 41-yard line. Rose hustles onto the field as CU was short 1 man. And again, the running play. Off left tackle by Mike Solito, the fullback, and he's inside the CU 35-yard line to the 34. Bruce Young, again, the strong safety, had to make the stop.
This BYU team coming into the football game has only averaged about 3.7 yards per rush, and so far this evening, it's been a lot better than that.
8 yards for Solito, second down and 2 at the Colorado 33-yard line. 3 wide receivers. The lone setback is Whittingham. And again, Whittingham gets the call, but he'll go nowhere this time as Michael Jones slips inside and pulls him down at the 34-yard line. A loss of 1. It'll bring up 3rd and 2.
Once again, though, Mike, they're pulling that right guard on the trap, turn it up in the hole. Jones reads that, comes right behind the guard. The center isn't quick enough to pick him up.
And again, the running play for the BYU Cougars. 15 seconds and counting in the quarter. 2 setbacks, 2 wide receivers to the bottom of your screen. And Covey watching the clock. Got a mix up at the wide receiver spot. Now he gets motion. And he gets the snap off before the end of the quarter and fires it in the flat, complete to Bellini at the 30-yard line. It'll be enough for a first down, and that will be the end of the first quarter.
You gotta like Matt Bellini and his concentration on the football. He knows that he's gonna get hit. As soon as he catches the ball, looks it right in his hands, looks for the hit, and he gets it.
Into the first quarter, 7-7. We'll be back after a word from our local station. Mike Hafner and Jim Grabowski back at the end of the first quarter with it tied at 7. And Jimmy, there's a look at the first quarter stats.
Well, you see the rushing pretty even, but I'm really impressed with this BYU football team, especially those up front guys. They're doing a heck of a job.
First down and 10 for BYU at the Colorado 29-yard line. Covey again on the draw play. Inside handoff, and Mike Solito will get up very close to first down yardage. He got 9+, and again, CU looking for the pass.
Well, if you like to see traps, you're seeing them this evening. Once again, trap on the defensive end. Big hole, and Bellini finds it.
Lamar Gray finally made the stop, but the Colorado Buffaloes again looking pass, and the draw play fooled them for 9 yards. It'll bring up second down and 1 at the 20-yard, just inside the 20-yard line of Colorado. Covey with a lone setback, and Whittingham will get it. He breaks over the 15-yard line, and his leg drive takes him right to the 10. A gain, a big gain.
Once again, Mike, they're trapping the defensive end. This time it's Alfred Williams, not used to playing really a real defensive end position. Big hole opens up for Whittingham, and again, he gets the first down.
10 yards before DeLuzio and Young bring down the big fullback. 7 rushes for 30 yards for Fred Whittingham, number 33. So the BYU Cougars knocking on the door in the first minute of the second quarter. Handoff this time to Bellini, and he'll dive to the 5-yard line before Bruce Young brings him down.
We keep repeating ourselves about the big holes, but the offensive line of Brigham Young is awfully big, and they're doing a job. Good cut that time by Bellini, going over the pile, picking up some good yards, about 6 yards.
How about guards and tackles that are 280, 280, 280, and 300?
They average 280 yards across the front 5.
Second down and 5, and the Cougars can make a first down right at the goal line. This time, Whittingham is stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Taken down by Lamar Gray and nose tackle Tom Reinhardt.
And Mike, also a good job by Gray at closing down on the trap.
Third down and 5, and again, the Cougars can make the first down. They'd have to inch it right up to the goal line. They're at the 6.
You think it's shotgun time again?
Well, we've said they're a passing team all along, but they've been running the football pretty well. Third down and 5 for a first down, 6 for a touchdown. Lone setback is Salito. Covey wants to throw, looking in the end zone deep, and it's intercepted. Intercepted by McLuhan. Dave McLuhan picks it off at the back of the end zone. It was thrown high by Covey, and CU has stopped the BYU Cougars.
Bad decision by Covey. He had his tight end open short. Well, we're going to see Covey coming out on that rollout. You saw Hanley, ADH, open short. Covey didn't go to him. He went deep, and that was a deflection into the hands of McLuhan, but a big turnover for BYU.
So the Colorado Buffaloes will take over first down and 10, their own 20-yard line, tied at 7. Inside handoff to the fullback, Kissick. And Hemingway's in there now. There's a look at Dave McLuhan, the cornerback, and I know his dad, unfortunately.
Good genes. His father played for the Oakland Raiders. Mike, but that's been a real problem with Brigham Young. They've turned the ball over so many times. In fact, in the last 4 ball games of the year, they turned it over 20 times. The last 2, 15 times.
The last drive was 12 plays, took over 5 minutes, and they come up empty. Give Hemingway 2 yards. It'll be second down and 8, and it's the enemy this time, scooting over the 25-yard line. And a little reaction there as he bounces up to the 29. It'll be short of the first down by a yard as middle linebacker Bob Davis makes the stop.
Well, you can see Colorado's rushing statistics this year, 7th in the NCAA, averaging over 281 yards a ball game. And so far, Brigham Young has done a pretty good job of shutting them down.
The enemy over 1,200 yards this year would have set a CU rushing record if he hadn't pulled a hamstring in the second to last game of the season. Less than a yard to go, and Anesi will sneak it, and they'll mark it over the 30-yard line. It'll give them a first down, and tackle made by the entire front line of the BYU Cougars. Lavelle Edwards, very interesting, was a defensive coach. And I asked him, where did you develop this offense? He said, I took all of the plays that I couldn't stop as a defensive coordinator, and I incorporated it into my offense when I became a head coach. BYU, 10 first downs. The Colorado Buffaloes only 4. On first down, Anesi will drop the throw. Got a man open over the middle, and it bounces off of his knee and up into the air. John Perrick, the tight end, was the intended receiver. Scott Peterson on the defense. Let's go down to the sidelines to Dwayne Dow.
All right, Mike. Hey, the phones are ringing around the nation on our great fan poll nationwide. We want to know how you, the fan, really thinks about these big issues in sports. Should there be a national college football playoff to decide the national champion as there is in basketball? We don't mean throw out the polls. Keep the polls, but add a national playoff involving the bowl games. If you vote yes or vote no, give us a call. Mike?
All right, Eric Bieniemy wants to throw the halfback pass, and it looks more like a shot put that comes down incomplete out of bounds at the 38-yard line. Troy Long on the coverage of Mike Pritchard. That was a design play, but Bieniemy had lots of pressure, Jim.
Oh, he certainly did. Chad Robinson, the outside linebacker, was right in the face of Bieniemy, but I think maybe Bieniemy ought to stick to running.
10:53 to go, second quarter of this 5th annual Freedom Bowl. We're tied at 7, BYU and CU. There's a look at Lavelle Edwards, and as the old defensive coordinator, he liked that one. Pressure. Anesi up under center. Third down and 10. He'll drop the throw. He's got time, looks for the screen in the flat. It's complete to Bieniemy. He's over the 40, and he's got enough for first down yardage. So on third and long, a 13-yard screen pass from Anesi to Bieniemy.
Well set up, though. You could see the blockers out in front of Bieniemy. Good kick-out block right there. Now, good hole for Bieniemy. You don't want to give this young man holes like that because he picks up the yardage and a big first down by Colorado. Let's take another look. Anesi does a good job of looking downfield first, setting up the screen, a little bit of fake there. And again, good kickout. And the enemy makes the best of it.
First down and 10 CU. Ball at the 44-yard line. They'll run the triple option, and Anesi's got no one to pitch it to as he's taken down by Regan Hansen, the inside linebacker, and it'll be a loss of 4, bring up second down and 14.
BYU has really done an excellent job in the first down situations. You know, you put Colorado in a run-throw situation, they're going to burn you. But BYU has been able to stop on that first down and get them in predictable passing situations.
You build your teams with players from your own state. American Fork, Utah for Regan. Second down and 14 back at the 40-yard line of CU. They go back to the I formation and pitch it wide to Eric Bieniemy. Cuts back inside up over the 45. They'll mark him down at the 48.
Once again, Bieniemy now threatening the outside, sees the hole back inside. As we said earlier, he has good vision. He got the great peripheral vision, finds those holes. And you know, I think the defense kind of loses the guy. He's not very tall, and he'd get lost among those big trees.
The great runners always make the good cutback. Bieniemy, 9 rushes, 37 yards, and the lone Colorado touchdown. Third down and 5. Ball at the 49-yard line of the Buffalo. And the pitch goes wide, this time again Bieniemy, and he cuts back inside over the 50, inside the 45, down to the 44. Nice 11-yard run again by Bieniemy, enough for a first down. It'll be first and 10 at the BYU 40. .37 and counting. Game tied at 7. Sal Anesi, a good look at the triple option quarterback. Puts it in the fullback's stomach, pulls it out, cuts back over the 35 down to the 33-yard line. And again, the triple option. You always fake to the fullback, then you've got the option of keeping or pitching.
I'd hate to have been a defensive man against that type of offense. You know, you're grasping at one guy. No, he doesn't have the football. Go to the other guy. No, he doesn't have it. It's out, pitched out to the wide guy.
Mike Hafner and Jim Grabowski at Anaheim Stadium, Anaheim, California, the 5th annual Freedom Bowl. Score tied at 7, Colorado and Brigham Young. Second down and 2 after the 8-yard gain. This time George Hemingway, the big fullback, breaks up the middle, up over the 20-yard line, and bounces to the 15-yard line. Eric Ferguson finally takes him down after an 18-yard gain.
George Hemingway, big, strong fullback. Good block right up there. He sees it. Now watch this. He looks like he's going to pick up some big yardage. Now he's going to get hit, and the ball's going to bounce loose, but Brigham Young can't find the football. And sometimes the bounce of the ball is in your favor. Comes right back to Hemingway. Let's look at an overhead right now. Again, good hole. A little trap up the middle. And watch the ball. It's juggling out of his hands now. He looks, he brings it back in.
Hemingway gets lucky, and it's a first down for the Colorado Buffaloes. They pitch it back to their tailback Bieniemy, and he'll be stopped for a 3-yard loss by Troy Long, the blitzing strong safety.
Good play by Long. He got the penetration. There you'll see McCartney a little upset with that play.
Coming up will be the 13th play of this drive. It was a 12-play drive by BYU.
You can see there, right? And 43 times inside the 20-yard line, they've scored 31 TDs and 7 field goals. Well, that's proficiency, isn't it?
Second down and 13 after the 3-yard loss. The fake to the fullback, pitch outside to Bieniemy. He's inside the 15 and will drive to the 11-yard line, where he's pushed out of bounds after a great block by JoJo Collins.
Good job of riding Hemingway into the line. Good fake right there. I think the whole interior part of the BYU defense thought that Hemingway was going to get the football again. Boom, it's out there to Bieniemy.
An 8-yard gain. And they'll mark the ball at the 11-yard line, where it'll bring up a 3rd down and 6 for the Colorado Buffaloes. 3rd and 6 for the triple option inside the 20-yard line.
2 tight ends, Mike.
2 tight ends, 1 wide receiver, 2 setbacks. Anesi will run the pitch to Bieniemy, and he's going to be dragged down after he crosses the 10-yard line. He'll be short of the first down, and it will bring up a decision. Regan Hansen, the left inside linebacker, and Mark Neal, the strong side linebacker, make the stop. It's 4th down, and we'll watch for the field goal team.
Mark Neal showed some pretty good speed coming across the field to run down the enemy.
So it will be the field goal, and it'll be Pat Blotto lining up at the 15-yard line with the 10 yards of the end zone, a 25-yard attempt, and it is wide to the left and no good. 6:02 remaining, and the score is still tied at 7. We'll be back after a message from our local stations.
Yeah, Colorado runs 14 plays, 72 yards, 6 minutes and 33 seconds off the clock. They come up short. The previous series, it was 5 minutes and 13 seconds off the clock, and Brigham Young came up short.
Brigham Young averages 322 yards passing per game. They've got 27 so far, as they go 1st and 10 from their own 20 after the missed field goal, and they'll go on the inside handoff again. Whittingham, the big fullback, will lose maybe a yard. Michael Jones was there to make the stop, the inside linebacker, and again 27 yards passing for a passing team like BYU.
Yeah, it's going to come, though. It's going to come. Alfred Williams is doing a better job now on the defensive end position. He's not taking himself out of position. He's looking for the trap, and he's starting to close it down.
Whittingham lost a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 11 at the BYU 19. Covey with one lone setback, drops to throw. Into the flat. Dion Figures had Cutler covered very well, and Covey threw it into coverage, as they say.
He certainly did. If Figures would have turned around and looked for the football, he would have had the big interception.
With the incomplete pass from Covey, it'll bring up 3rd down and 11 at the BYU 19-yard line. Covey has struggled. He came from the state of Utah as the player of the year his senior year in high school, and they had big plans for him, but he's really never reached that potential. He'll need it here, 3rd down and 11, facing a heavy Colorado rush. 2 setbacks, and then Bellini in motion. Covey rolls to his right, looking, can't find a receiver, and he'll be brought down at the 14-yard line. So it'll bring up 4th down for BYU, and deep in their own territory, and they'll have to punt it away.
A planned roll out there, a little drop back 3 yards, and then roll it to the right to get away from the coverage. Good pressure put on by Arthur Walker. But again, the secondary has done a great job by Colorado.
Pat Walker will come on to punt. He'll stand in his own end zone. Deep are JoJo Collins and Jeff Campbell. And the punt will come down at the 47-yard line. And drop there is Collins. And they'll mark it at the 46. Mike Hafner and Jim Grabowski back in Anaheim as you look at the Colorado Buffalo bench with the score tied 7-7, BYU and Colorado. Colorado, after a punt, takes over 1st down and 10 at their own 46. The triple option, the pitch to Bieniemy, and he'll be pushed out of bounds inside the 45-yard line by strong safety Troy Long.
Troy Long's been all over the field this evening. I keep wondering